Hey, yo, it's Megamouth. And recently I got the Nintendo Switch 2, and I've really been enjoying it thus far. I think it's a huge improvement on the Nintendo Switch 1. And, pretty much everything about it's perfect, at least in my eyes. It upscales all the Switch 1 games almost perfectly. I haven't really come into any issues myself. All the old Switch 1 games, they're working just as well as I had hoped. Rocket League is basically my favorite. It works perfectly as far as I can tell. Mario Kart World, the only Switch 2 game I've really gotten thus far, has been a lot of fun. Um, but there are a few features on it. Some people have been talking about these features, some people have not been talking about them. One feature I found that I haven't seen anybody talking about so far actually has to do with the sales charts. With the Nintendo Switch 1, on a Nintendo Switch 1, you can only see the top 30 in terms of what's selling. So far for the Nintendo Switch 2, they haven't had that many games released yet, so it only has the top 15. I guess only 15 digitally purchasable games have been released on it thus far. But on the Nintendo Switch 2, when you go to the Nintendo Switch section for best-selling games, I expected to see the top 30 again, for the Nintendo Switch 2 in terms of what I could see for the Nintendo Switch 1. And I scrolled down and I was shocked. There's 30 and there's a little bit more, 33, and you keep going down and down and down. And to my amazement, for the Nintendo Switch, on the Nintendo Switch 2, you can actually see a top 100 in terms of the best-selling games in the Nintendo Switch 1. So on a Nintendo Switch 1, you cannot even see past what the top 30 best-selling games are still as of right now, but with the Nintendo Switch 2, you can see so much more in terms of what's selling on the Nintendo Switch 1. I was just shocked by this. I hadn't seen anybody really talking about it yet, so I thought I'd bring it to everybody's attention. On the Nintendo Switch 2, you actually can see more on the Nintendo Switch 1 sales charts. And I actually think that's just wonderful, because sometimes something might fall off, the top 30, and you're wondering if it's still selling or not. And you can actually still see pretty much, for probably months after something comes out, where it actually is placing in the sales charts. Anyway, I just thought I should let everybody know. Maybe nobody has figured this out yet. Maybe I'm the first, probably not. But I haven't seen anybody talking about it, so I thought I'd let you all know. This is Mega Mouse signing out. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.